take it from there. Yeah.
Where's the slum crisis located? Are they with the Maudsley?
In Maudsley. Maudsley.
Yeah, because that's where I had my counseling.
Maudsley. So all these things, have you your GP, have you contacted your GP about this?
I've been working in partnership with my GP ever since. As I said, when I was working, and if I am having a crisis, I would always contact my GP, and sometimes I would be signed off work until I repair and recover. So from ever since, because when I came to this country in 1992, I was living in Stockwell, and my GP at the time was down by that side. So I was on Valium. So I left Jamaica. My doctor, Dr. Campbell, prescribed Valium. So I'm telling you how far back I'm coming from with my chronic anxiety. I didn't know anything about depression and all those things, so I would call them my hidden disabilities. And because my father had Parkinson's, and I had the same signs and symptoms of his Parkinson's, it was only when I came here and done studies and whatever I learned about depression and all those things. What I've since learned after doing research is what I have is called atypical Parkinsonism. It's very hard to treat and diagnose, but I get the same signs and symptoms like my father, and I've been getting them from I was very young, and that's why I decided I'm not having any more children, because I don't want anybody to go through what I've been through. Yeah, my father was stricken with Parkinson's from a very young age, just after he was 50, and he lived another 10 plus years. So just imagine what I went through, having those same signs and symptoms. There were times when even if my life depended on it, I couldn't write my name, the tremors. Sometimes people would say, why are you shouting? I'm not shouting, but whatever is happening. Sometimes there's no speech coming out. So I've dealt with all those things. So I believe because of my DNA, I did not reach my potential, but I did not let that stop me. Yeah? But 2 times I've been stopped, and now I'm being penalized for being born with the DNA that I have no control over. And nobody seeming to understand my situation. So I reached a stage in the last time, because my brother had actually committed a criminal act and waited in the church for the police to come. So those things are also on my mind. And now to be charged with a criminal act after I've been calling out for help, that is only exacerbated my situation and left me thinking, am I worth living? Maybe I'm better off dead like my brother who died in prison. Yeah? So everything have an impact on the way I behave. Instead of becoming physical, I use passive-aggressive behavior. Yeah? When I was imprisoned in a workplace, nobody seems to understand what I've been through. And to know my life story, that I only learned my mom's story the January and she was dead by the June. And I'm thinking, oh my God, how did my mom manage? My mom wasn't the person who could express her emotion. I cry, I talk, I laugh, I this. The only thing I do, like mom used to sing and laugh. And that was how. We'd always thought, okay, mom didn't... I have a brother who actually said mom should be the father, and our father, the mother, because of the way mom was. But that was her coping mechanism. And it was only through counseling, when I spoke to the counselor about my mom's life or whatever, she said that's the way she coped. So I've told my stories over and over and over. And I've even written them so people can learn from them, instead they've been used against me. So I am the victim of my DNA, the victim of having disabilities, physical and mental. Yeah? And I've had even a situation where people troll me to say I'm mad, I'm this, I'm that, and the other. Yeah? So I want to use now, become a purpose in life, use my story in a positive way to help anybody else, to stop anybody else becoming a Caroline Flack, who looked through the window and decided, okay, can't take anymore. Because she was charged also by the police. The same police who come to my house to section me when they refuse to act about threat from my same black persons who scam me and then send the police to section me. 3 years later, they come to murder me to say I committed suicide on behalf of my former employers. Because they know what they've done. And now everything is tied up. It's the world against me.
So, call that number, okay? The number I've just given to you.
Yes, I will call the number. Yeah, I will call the number, but in my head, I'm just knowing that, yes, if I need to talk, I'll talk. I've called them, whatever, they made an appointment or whatever. The way that us older people are being treated now, and I see it as a sign of whatever. Nobody try to understand us. It's from their perspective. And I'm telling you, because I've got it from cardboard citizens, that I reached out and asked for help to find a purpose in life. I ended up getting by these young people. I went, when I couldn't find work, I tried to volunteer, I tried to do training, I tried to do everything. It's the same young people who are treating me like I'm a nobody. So I'll call the number, but in my head I'm already thinking, I'm just going to call. It's just going to be another number, another statistic. I'm going to be another tick box for somebody who is doing their PhD or whatever, like the person at Cardboard Citizen. And then, who cares? She can be another statistic, like what I'm in the book that has been used against me. 1 in 5 of all suicides are associated with unemployment. I didn't know the significance of that, but a barrister can look at it and use it against me. Yet, judgment has been passed for him to pay back my husband £9,000. They're not allowing it, but yet they're all colluding to bring me down. Thanks for listening to me.
Yes, my dear.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Just call that number, my dear. You'll be fine.
I've been fine the past 7 years. So I hope I can continue to be fine. Thank you very much.
All right, dear.
Right, I'm gonna go now. Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
That's all I get. Somebody asking, what do you do? What's the point of asking me what I do when I get a crisis? What me telling you what I do is gonna benefit me. I've been doing it from I was a child. That's the same thing the police officer use. That's the same thing the police officer use. Yeah? To provoke me at the station. Yeah? Yeah? So I'm just scrolling down to some of the what I've written, and this for me is therapy. So I just see what is there. They don't know me until they want to pick my brain. The government say the RJ is defamatory, libelous, confidential, false. So whatever. Tom said, yeah? The judiciary of England and Wales is terrorist cell. Yeah? Come get the fact for them similar, please. Yeah? These are just some of the things I write there. And this is therapy. Yeah? I'm a prisoner. A prisoner. And all I'm going to get told now is to call, and somebody at the end of the line, I'm just a statistic. for them to get their PhD or whatever, and then they move on to the next victim. So nobody will care. Nobody will care if I commit suicide. I become that statistic of 1 in 5 of all suicides are associated with unemployment. Who wiped the smile from my face the last time I was with my mother? Yeah? This is what I've got here. Yeah? And now I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Yeah? That's my little boy. That's my little boy in the house. Yeah? I am trapped. My husband and his nephew who since died. Yeah? I'm trapped. That's me. When I worked at Luton Street planting, doing the gardening. And this is what I come out to. That's my husband. And this is what I'm left with. To contend with. And you're going to tell me whatever. What do you do whenever? I've been doing it since I was young.